Yeah.
It's like that. Like, I just sent you that. Oh, well, people are getting pretty crafty.
Yeah.
All right, you should be live.
You wanna go down?
You should be live, guys.
All right. Okay, thanks, Dalton. We're gonna go ahead and call the meeting.
You should be live, guys. All right. Okay, thanks, Carroll.
You got a little echo delay.
I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting. You got a little echo delay. Neil, you need to mute your mic, buddy.
Can you hear me now?
We need you to mute your mic. We're getting a feedback off of you. Neil, you need to mute your mic, buddy. Can you hear me now? We need you to mute your mic. We're getting feedback off of you. Neil, you need to mute your mic, buddy. Can you hear me now?
All right, everybody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Oh, okay. We're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. I'm gonna be asking for agenda approval, but we have one addition to the agenda. Ken has had a problem with ordering the car. Ford has dropped production, so we're gonna have, he wants to add back in of maybe going to the Dodge. It was $82 more, I believe, or $88 more. Okay, so we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. I guess the first thing I want to do is approve the agenda for today. I'd like to have a motion in a second.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the agenda for 4/8/2020.
Okay, it looked like Stephanie tried to make the motion, but I didn't hear her, oh, Dalton.
Neil Bach will second that motion.
And so did Neil, tried to make the motion. Yeah, we're struggling here a little bit today.
Is it because Dalton's not here?
Part of
We
it,
did that on Monday. He wasn't here on Monday.
correct.
you
Everybody
guys hear
hang with
now?
us just a minute. Dalton, got any ideas?
Go for it.
Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me now? Give me a thumbs up now.
We can hear you this whole time. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I finally, now we got you. Okay,
Okay.
very good. So I'm looking for a motion to approve the agenda with the addition of the item of the car.
Houseman made the motion and Bach seconded.
Okay. All those in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
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 I will approve the agenda, but this is really a COVID-19 meeting. I would like to see that item, agenda item, wait until Monday, but I'm not going to delay the vote.
Okay, well, yeah, and I thought about that too, Dean, but I'm worried about getting shut out on Dodge Productions too. So this is a strange critter. I don't know what to think. Ken, have you got any input from Dodge at all on this?
Okay, long story short, if I can just dive into this quick, after the vehicle was approved on Monday, right after the meeting, I called Dave Ram fleet manager at Newwood, told him they got the bid, and 2 hours later he called me back and said that Ford had stopped production and there were no 2020s available, and he didn't know when the 2021s would even go into production or what the cost would be. So after I got that news, I called Travis at Whitrock. The Dodge Durango is still in production, but he said place an order as soon as we can. And the
Okay.
difference was $74 between the two.
That was my question, because if they're out of production too, it's a moot point whether we even mess with it or not. Okay.
$74 difference between the two of them.
Okay, so with that motion and a second, and we all voted aye on it, is any more discussion on that? Okay, so now let's talk about the vehicle itself. I think we ought to just go ahead and jump on the Dodge. It's $74 difference. Any other discussion on that?
No, I think if Ford has quit production, I think we're gonna have the same problem eventually with Dodge. And if we do wait, we would just be asking for trouble. I think that the Durango was $31,933, and that is $74 difference, as the sheriff previously said.
Yeah, I agree. If we wait, I think we're just gonna be not getting anything.
All right. Okay, so then let's go ahead and I'll take a motion to go ahead and move to drop the one purchase on Ford because we don't have any option, and then take a motion to approve the purchase of the Dodge.
Well, I'll move that we drop the motion that we made last week on the Explorer for $31,859 due to unavailability. And
I
I will
lost you,
move.
Neil.
You got me? Well, I will move that we accept the bid of $31,933 for the Durango.
Okay, I'll take that. I lost you there partway. I'm going to take it that you made a motion to approve the Durango for the 31,000, and I can't remember the change.
Yeah, 31,933 is the correct number of the number.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Also in the motion, I think we need to delete or
I don't know if you with it or not.
do something with the motion we had last week. Make it unavailable
I
or
don't know.
whatever.
We were sailing along. Now I can't hear any of them.
Can you hear me now?
Now I got you.
Also, in addition to in that motion, I think we should have a deletion of the motion of last week due to unavailability of the Explorer.
Courtney agrees.
Is that okay with the second?
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the approval of the Dodge. Let all those in favor say aye.
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 And opposed.
Aye.
Okay. Very good. Next item is COVID-19 conversation. I'm going to turn it over to Sarah.
Dalton just texted me because he got that issue figured out, so
Okay.
hopefully. Okay, so we've got Carroll on board too. So since we last met and talked about that our number one concern is the PPE, that's definitely a concern countywide. Carrie, Daryl, and I have been working on this since Friday. I worked on it on Saturday. We got a delivery from the National Guard on Monday. Carrie and I sorted through all of that yesterday, and everything that we received in has already been distributed to 7 different agencies. What we're running into now, so we've got the approval to spend money, is everything is out of stock, waiting list, out of stock. So the list that we sent you is being worked on. We're discussing different, okay, if we gotta wait, then should we be more brand specific instead of just waiting type things, and then get it when we can. When I delivered to 4 different agencies this morning, and a big concern is just those simple surgical masks, just so simple. I saw at several of the places they're already wearing the homemade ones. So I know that post is out there for people to continue making homemade ones. Graphic Edge has some cotton, all black masks, just simple masks, 12,000 of them. They should be in next week. So I think that will fill the void of a lot of people sourcing these. A bunch of the people making them homemade are definitely getting burned out, and now starting to charge $10 to $20 a piece for these masks, which is totally fine. But if we can find a cheaper avenue to get more of these masks in people's hands, with Graphic Edge, the units are going to be anywhere from $1.50 to $2.50, depending on how many units you buy from Graphic Edge. So he created a flyer. I'm going to be sharing that with several different people because he'd really like to get the 12,000 sold that he brought in. That will allow us to maybe contact some of these seamstresses and get started on gowns, because gowns is a huge thing. We've talked to Trophies Plus. We've got a lady over in Westside that knows the public health nurse. She came up with a mock-up. I reviewed it with Sarah Schulte this morning. We both think it looks really good for a cheap polyester cotton blend mock-up. The people though are requesting the fabric. So is this something that, I guess I'm looking for guidance as to where we go here. If we buy the fabric, if they're doing the labor, let's say it costs, I don't even know. Let's just say it costs $2 a gown. I have no idea what a gown would cost like this in fabric, no idea. Are we willing to pay these people back for the fabric to get gowns going? I ordered 800 gowns and we got in 175. Well, when there's 10 agencies looking for gowns and there's no gowns to even get ordered, Carroll also for EMS had gowns on his list. He said somebody donated 100 Tyvek suits. So for now, the EMS people are gonna wear the Tyvek suits. It's gonna be something that we're gonna look at conservation and reuse on, you know, if they are able to put the UV light on them or spray them down, let them hang to get 200 uses out of something that we had 100 uses of. So everybody's looking at conservation methods. Everybody's looking at what can we do. Another thing that is hard to find are these face shields. And I sent you guys a picture of them. It's just a really thin laminate filament. And it is what they're wanting. The governor's conference this morning said what they're wanting all long-term care people to have on are the face shields. I contacted the city of Carroll last night and the schools and asked who's got the 3D printers, because down in Manning, and that's the picture I sent you, that's the Manning city manager's daughter, they have figured out how to make these face shield masks. So the top plastic part is created with the 3D imager, and then the bottom part is super duper thin, like a laminate. They compare it to like when we were in school, the projector sheet, the laminate that would get laid on there can be cut out. And again, we had a conversation with Trophies Plus that they can laser cut out the plastic portion of it once we find the laminate. And then we partner with these people making the plastic piece for the top portion, and then we're able to make our own mask. So I contacted the hospital. Their bid price on mask is $2.92. the city of Carroll figured out their cost for the plastic piece was right around $2. I have no idea what the laminate is gonna be. It's supposed to be super cheap on the laminate. So I'm thinking around $3. We can't even buy them. So $2.92. There was a vendor that reached out to Carrie Kersey. They're selling them for $5 a piece. Somebody in Ames is selling one, but it's very, very, very cheap looking, and it looks very uncomfortable. The one that Rich has in his hand is, if you gotta think they're wearing these things all day long, it kind of looks like the tape that you wrap, the Ace wrap for the outside. Actually, that one looks quite comfortable if I look at that. If I compare it to the one that we got sent from Ames, that one does not look comfortable. So if I have people willing, right here in Carroll, I got the schools, the library, people with 3D printers that are willing to do this. Again, is that something that, is this the alley, the path we want to go down versus paying $5? We can try to get them made ourselves for $3. The cost to buy them were $2.92 type thing. So just guidance on, these are things we're running into. And several other places are making these. There's a business in Des Moines called 515 Makerspace. They are putting them out. It's actually somewhat local or from Sac City and started, but they completely got overwhelmed with requests. So they're asking anybody with 3D printers to start making the plastic piece on top. I'm gonna text the whole group. The one that this plastic piece on the top that was printed at the library today, it takes 2.5 hours to print 4 of the plastic things at a time.
Wow.
So kind of a complicated update here, but we can't hear anybody through that comment.
Well, it looks to me like they're pretty decent. Yeah. Neil made his own.
It's like a rubber band.
Neil,
I can't hear you.
Neil, you're muted. There you go.
While we were sitting here, I made 2 of them with a rubber band, and I cut apart a protective sheet from a paper, and I got 2 of them made in no time at all. If an emergency would strike, they can use page protectors and rubber bands and make their own in an instant. I would want a little bigger rubber band, keep from getting a headache, but.
Wear that for an 8 to 12 hour shift, you know.
What?
You're supposed to wear that for an 8 to 12 hour nursing shift.
Yeah, I need a bigger rubber band. And probably something on my forehead, fold a handkerchief or something, keep it off of my face. But if worse comes to worse, it can be done.
I would say, Sarah, go ahead, and my suggestion is to just go ahead and get what you can as cheaply as possible, but yet is going to meet your needs. You know, I mean, if you don't have any at if you can't get enough at $3, you know, we don't want to be out. You need to spend $5 if that's the case. That's the only thing I can say.
Stay on.
There's a,
Is it this blue?
yeah.
Oh, it goes. Gotcha.
But
I'm
I
with you.
sent you the one at the hospital, at the library that they're making right now.
Okay.
And then we gotta have some sort of elastic around the outside, but they're some aspects and we can get rid of
So
this.
they can make those and then they can do the rest,
cut
this
them out,
part,
And then we snap the plastic on and then we add the straps.
and then add the whatever type of,
Yeah.
we can come up with there. Well, I think we should try to get, if we can get them local, I would think we should try to push that hard. Try to get maybe 300, 500. I don't know how many you want.
We have not hit the peak yet, so they're wanting all agencies to wear these every shift, every patient, every nursing person. So that's a big request to get these in, but we handed out what we can. We ordered 200 to come in from Carrie's contact, but we don't know the quality of them, so we're not ordering them in the masses until we see what they're like, and then we're also trying to get our name on some of the list. But if people locally want to do this, it's something that, in my opinion,
I think we should go for the stopgap local if we can get it.
I've got 100 ordered too, but I'm not sure when they'll be in.
but Daryl, how long would you? Okay, so let's say somebody wears those, after a week, you're gonna have them get a new one. What's gonna be the reuse like? I mean, this is super thin. This is super thin.
Yeah, I don't know if you could probably, in the right circumstance, maybe get a couple uses out of it. I think maybe the third or fourth use could be out there, reaching a little bit.
We're going to plan on cleaning them with the UV light like we are the mask and see how long they'll last that way. Hopefully we can get 3 or 4 uses out of them that way.
The question is, does everybody have a UV light that they can get access?
No, we tried ordering those too, and we're on a waiting list.
In nursing homes and places like that.
Nobody has them except Daryl has one and the hospital has one. So I mean, the ambulance in the hospital would share one down there too, if we can get it in, but we are forever on waiting list right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. As is everybody's probably on them.
So then what about gowns? Are we wanting to get fabric and work with Brita? They've got 6 sewing machines. I reached out to Graphic Edge, but they said they only have 1 sewing machine. They're not in the business of sewing.
So you're looking for something like maybe bulk material, to buy a bulk material,
Yeah.
and then you've got a pattern, and then just find someone to cut them and then put them together.
Yeah.
Are they willing to do both sides of that, cut it and put it together, or are they looking for someone else to cut it out and they put it together?
I have no idea. I think
Okay.
they said we'll do it. I believe they have a real good pattern up at Trophies Plus 2.
Okay,
Give us the fabric and we'll
Yep.
make the gowns.
now the question is getting the fabric.
Yeah.
I see some of the fabric stores have shut down. So what do you think our chances of availability of that is? Is there anybody in town here that?
Walmart still has it.
You can get it
Yeah, you can get it online.
I think as long as you do what kind of
Yeah.
material you.
I wouldn't be opposed to. I have no idea what fabric costs by the yard. It's $6 a yard.
It was a really, the sample that we saw this morning, it was just a really, just like your typical nursing, just those super thin, like if you go in,
Fit for surgery type thing.
it's not the disposable ones, but it was not a thick.
Yeah.
It's almost like a very thin sheet.
But those can be laundered and
Yeah.
reused and do you have any idea how many?
Sarah
Yards?
Schulte with Public Health was working on how many employees does each long-term facility have, how many,
Okay.
to try to get us. We were working on that this morning, so.
Well, I would be opposed to that. Go ahead, Gene.
Is Brita wanting you to buy the material, or are they gonna be able to, are they willing to get the material and do the whole operation?
Brita is asking us to source and buy the fabric, and then they would start making the gowns.
Okay, because sometimes I'm having a hard time hearing you. I think you're further away from that mic. Okay, that's all. That's what I wanted to get clarified.
I have no idea how far will $1,000 go on material. I have no idea. I don't know how much it is a yard,
Yeah.
and how many yards does it take to make one? That's
So I'm assuming everybody's listening to the governor talk every day at 11. Okay, so what she announced was that the 4th long-term care facility in Marshalltown has what they considered an outbreak, 3 or more people, but it's not the residents, it was the staff.
That
So
brought
was
it in.
3 staff members. So you're paying for prevention, or, you know, I guess we don't want to be a hot zone. We don't want to be the Lynn County, and so the peak is not here. Every day that they announce we're still at 0 is actually a really good thing. We don't want, I mean, Crawford County's at 6 now.
Can we,
So I guess we got a little bit of time to work on this.
Yeah,
We gotta move on
but we
this.
need to move. Can by Friday, can you tell us about how many yards you've taken, about where you find out a couple of those answers
Yes, we're working
by
with that
Friday,
lady.
and then we'll be able to move on it on Friday and at least get it ordered, or
Yeah,
or see if
we're
we can
working-
source it.
We're working with that lady from West Side, because hers looked actually like a hospital. I mean, it was very, very well done. So if we don't want 15 different patterns going on, if we really start pushing this,
Correct.
then we work together and everybody's making the same.
We all go down the same path.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
You know, we've been talking a lot about long-term care, but I had somebody ask me, what about info? Somebody looking out for them to make sure.
Yep, they're on the list.
They are,
Yep.
okay.
They fit right in the same
Yeah.
category.
They're in the
is that-
same category, and they're on Sarah Schulte's list of public
Okay.
health, reaching
Okay.
how many employees there are, how many gowns would you need, you know, if we make them all.
Okay.
Do you make them all the large pattern, the extra large pattern?
That's good news.
So,
Yeah, that's good point. Okay, you guys kind of catching up with that? Do you think that's a plan if we kind of table that off till maybe Friday, when we get some more answers of how many yards and how many gowns and those kind of things we need to know? I have no problem spending the money on it if you want to jump on it right now. It's just, I don't know how many is enough.
and we're gonna keep trying to order, and every time, oh, you have gowns, yeah, but I got 20% of my orders, so.
Yeah, all right.
Supposedly, the Iowa prison industry is making them too. They were at 200 a day.
They're going to
Supposed
get
be
gobbled up
600 a
in, they're going to
day.
get gobbled up in that metropolitan area, you know,
There's
it's easy shipping.
99 counties all looking for it, so I mean, it's encouraging that the Iowa prison industry is making those disposable ones, and the disposable ones are eventually the ones I'd like to see get to the EMS, but maybe the rewashable ones are the ones that stay with the long-term care, I don't know.
And the long-term care, they have the washers and dryers to
Yeah.
help take care of that where Daryl is trapped. I mean, I
Yes,
like
and
that.
We talked to Megan at the home care aides, and they said we gave her 7 disposable gowns. Well, that only gives her 7 uses.
Right.
So Megan with the home care aides is in the exact same situation.
Okay.
Can't get the gowns, but how do you protect the people and the employee if they're not wearing the PPE?
Okay, what's the board say?
I would, my fear is that somebody else is going to jump on Trophies Plus's option and probably make 200 or 300 before we get a chance to get in there. I guess that would be my concern. I guess I would go ahead and I would suggest to Sarah to go ahead and get some material, order some material, let Graphic Edge know that we're interested in doing this, and give us a report on Friday how that went. I guess that's how I would move.
Well, because we got the lady in West Side willing to do it too, and then she's got a group of sewers as well. If we tell her this pattern, this, but they're just, everybody's just in kind of in that, we can sew. What,
If there's 10 of them though, they're probably looking lucky if they get 10 a day.
yes.
So
but it's-
that's 100, and
Yes.
I'm not being ungrateful. I'm just saying that's only 100 when our needs may be 800 or 1,000 that we need quicker. So,
Yeah. But, and then by the time, if we source this fabric and then kind of know a price, then we say, you know, the county's willing to pay back this much per gown type guidance that
Yeah.
If you're willing to sew and make this, I think that's just what everybody wants to know, what, for the guidance of who's gonna pay for the fabric.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with Dean. I think we should tell Trophies Plus that we're very interested in them helping with this. It's a matter of getting them the material.
Yep.
We've got to get the stuff. And that'll give you a chance to, by Friday, kind of find a source and how much and how quickly we can get. That's the key
we're
to it.
working with that lady because does flat sheet work.
She may have a
And if
source.
people want to donate their flat sheets,
Right.
their bed. Sarah with the public health had someone donate some fabric today, but it was thick. It was almost like a curtain. So that's why we just want to guide everybody into that
Can you
dinner.
reverse the table on New Hope and
Okay.
go back into all their New Hope places that are closed and see if they can get us all those flat sheets?
Yeah, we're just looking for the guidance as to
Okay.
what that sewer lady is
Okay.
saying is the
Yep.
right.
If she says that that'll
Yeah.
work, then
Yeah.
let's reverse it and go back the other way and we'll just clean them out. Be done with it.
So,
Or even fitted sheets because they cut the elastic part off. So, which we can probably reuse that.
So, yeah, that's where we put plastic.
There isn't a big option. What's that?
I have a question. What is the material requirement for the gowns? And my remark is, would an additional layer of for example, a nurse's scrub be an alternative? You know, long sleeve top and you know, what nurses and doctors generally wear. Would they work if they had to?
Well, I think they're putting the gowns over the scrubs.
Could they get another pair of scrubs to wear over the ones they're already wearing, is my question. Would that be work or not? I know what they're doing, Dean. I'm looking for an alternative if one is available. Does someone know of the gowns a special material that
just
are?
that they're very thin, and I think that the nursing scrubs are thicker, so it'd be wearing 2 layers of thick. I mean, that's just my observation. We would have to talk to Sarah Schulte. She just texted me and she said that she's talking to a gal from Acura in Manning. And she said she has a lot of fabric that we could use for gowns once she could get it out and bring it up. So I think if we just like they had put out the guidance on the homemade mask, with it being 100% cotton, now we're just digging into that. It's a polyester cotton blend, but we just need a little bit more guidance on the fabric. So, but I'm working with Sarah Schulte on that. Does the board want us to get into the direction of going after these homemade gowns? Because everything we've tried ordering so far is waiting list out of stock. How prepared do we want to be?
Well, I wouldn't know why we wouldn't chase some of these and try to get them, at least get us through the stopgap for a little while. Being on that list is probably going to be, we're going to be on that list till July or August, depending on how long this goes. But I think if we could get a fifth of what we're looking for, it would sure be a big help. And a lot of these can be laundered, and if we don't use them, they can continue to use them there in the facility. And I have a feeling that they probably will be slapped with some higher restrictions going forward. I think after we come out of this, there's gonna be a lot of restrictions that are gonna get turned up a little heavier on people. I think there's a need for I don't know if we can fill all our needs with this way, but I think if we could get a fifth or a fourth of our needs, I think we're fool not to look at trying to get that number and then try to get a fourth of them.
Yeah, I would agree with Rich. I think we just need to get going. We can always say we've got enough if that would be the case. So we can always tell them to stop, but we can't probably always tell them to start up again. So I would say go after all you can get, this West Side lady, Trophies Plus, just start turning them out. We can always give them to actually somebody else too.
We can give them, there's other towns that wait for this too.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say, exactly what Dean said. I think, and I agree with what you're saying, we're not gonna get our orders in the way we want to anyway. Let's get some of these made. I think we utilize these people locally. Here's a good thing. It's gonna keep money in the economy here. I think with Rita, it keeps them people employed. And the lady in West Side, I think between the two of them, maybe we can get, like you say, a half or a third of them. That's more power to us. Because I think when we come out of the regular vendors, we're not going to get the supply we need.
Well, and even if we get the disposable ones, those are still going to be going to the hospitals, the McFarland Clinic, the EMS department, the long-term care are way down on the list to get the disposable gowns. They're just have to be something.
I also think we should allow Sarah's to make a determination on the payback of those should be, what the value of those are. We know about what we're gonna pay, or we're gonna have to pay probably a little premium for them. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to pay a little premium for them. That's probably the way it's gonna have to work. But I think we should just kind of leave that up to them, because they know what the market is. They know how much they're getting paid. They would have to purchase them for. So I know they're going to be higher, but I'll just kind of yield to them a little bit here on the cost. Does that make sense? Okay, they'll do the best they can do. Because they know we need the money other places too.
And with the face shields, Manning was even requested by the Harlan Hospital to make the face shields. The demand is there for the face shields as well.
Yep. And you guys have worked out a price, what they're going to charge? They're going to charge you?
Just getting the printers out of the box to get the first one made, to figure out how to.
And then see what, it's a process.
Manufacturing now.
Yeah.
They're manufacturing.
Well, I mean, yeah, and then they're gonna have to know how much time they've got, how much it costs them, and they gotta, and the wear and tear on the printer, they've gotta add all that together.
Yeah.
And give us an idea. Okay, you'll have more information on those.
Yes, we're
Okay,
getting our first one
okay.
done today.
They look good. I mean, they look like they're fairly valuable. Okay. Anything else?
I just wanted to let you know, we're gonna continue putting orders in with the state. As soon as it comes in, we're gonna sort it, inventory as to who went where, hand it out, and just keep on what we all talked about, so.
Okay, any other topics you guys have you want to go through? Daryl, how you doing working at home? Are you got a decent internet connection? Can you communicate with Roxy pretty good?
Oh, it stinks. I better go back. No, it's
Not yet.
it's good. I'm fine.
Okay. Well, we get by a couple more weeks here and maybe we'll know more. I know it's not what you wanted to hear, but at least get this out of here before we get you back in the realm.
I ordered 100 face shields, which Sarah knows, 200 more disposable Tyveks. Don't know when they'll come in. And we got 2 ventilators ordered, and they're about 5-6 months out.
Yeah, that's what you told us originally, but
We'll have them for the round 2 when it hits.
that's what I'm kind of fearing more than anything else. Okay, anybody other subject?
I seen today on the news, there's some doctors getting innovative on these ventilators. They're using lamp timers and garden hoses and stuff, and they're making ventilators that are working. And so they're getting innovative.
Yeah.
I mean, when you listen to the governor's press conference, though, I mean, it sounds like we, as of right now, which is good news, do not have the shortage of the ventilators. And I'm glad that it's not like Iowa had to give theirs up to Illinois, because then would Iowa have gotten it back type thing? At least they're leaving kind of state resources in each state. So,
Yeah, I think the things that she showed today, the amount of people that are on ventilators and the ventilators that are available was a pretty comforting thought. But yet, when you sit back and you look at it, even the region that we're in, there's a lot of people in that region.
yes.
So that number of ventilators, when you look at it that way, is like, that's not very helpful, but yet I know we're not using very many. So I think we've got a chance to maybe catch our breath here a little bit. And I think by doing these things we're doing, I think we can kind of get maybe a head start on if we do get this big wave. And if we don't, we'll use this stuff up and we'll move on with life and be very happy.
Exactly. And with her saying 38% of the cases have already recovered, that was, in my opinion, positive news as well, so.
Okay. Dalton, do you have anything you want to add? Okay, Beansy's not here. Anything you'd like to add, Dalton?
No, I said I'm good. I'm sorry. I was
okay.
Watching the YouTube video.
Okay, and going forward, I think I talked to Courtney Beans, the governor has moved to 11. I think we're going to move these on Wednesdays and Fridays to 1. One of the reasons why, so we can get these people out of here by quitting time. They spend enough time in here, we get them home a little sooner. But Monday's meetings will still be at 9 o'clock. And if I encourage the public, if you got anything, send them in, send a text to any of the supervisors, and we'll get your question and we'll get it answered. Okay, if not, I think we'll adjourn for the day. You're gonna make that motion.
When are we going to be talking about the Families First Coronavirus Act employee policy?
I visited with John. John plans we go with the smaller version, but I'm okay with what Courtney has developed for us. So if you want to reread that, I think we'll attack that Monday and get that approved. Okay with that? Or you want to look at it for Friday?
Yeah, we don't, as long as we're not threatened, by anything at this point in time, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, and I think what Courtney had looked pretty good to me and kind of fit in the realm of what John was talking about. So I think that's probably what we're going to go with. It's pretty much a canned response, which it's a federal law. And as we heard today, there's no avoiding it. You can't get around it. That's the way it's going to be.
Well, it's very what we're doing is very condensed, coming from a document that's 127 pages long. And so
there's a lot of gray area, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was some things that caught my eye a little bit, but yeah, we can wait until Monday. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay either way. If you want to do it Friday, we can bring it in Friday, or we can do it in a regular meeting on Monday.
As far as that webinar this morning, it kept cutting out on me and I did not hear. It's based on a 40-hour work week, and a lot of our courthouse employees work 37 and a half. And I didn't get the answer on that. A few points I did get is, one is we must provide notice to our employees. That's employee rights. And Courtney already said she's going to do that. And a lot of other things that, it's basically included in the law. And I read over the Winnebago County one. Again, it spends a lot of time repeating what you already read in the employee rights. And I don't know what Courtney has, but, the Winnebago one is okay. One thing we need to decide, of course, is some people want to use their own leave first, even if they get the COVID leave. And they can only do this if they have mutual approval. And the people who would want to do this are the people who are going to carry regular leave over. But anyhow.
That's how I got it. But to answer your first question, as I remember it and how I got it, if you work less than 80 hours, what you're entitled to is your normal work hours during that same period. So if you only work 72 hours, you're entitled to the 72 hours. You're not entitled to the 80. That's what I got out of it. But like I said, I had trouble with cutting in and out also.
I eventually had to switch over to the phone in order to hear it all because we lost internet completely at one point.
Okay. I guess we're looking for an adjournment for the day unless you guys have something else.
Jason talked on this.
Don't ask him. What'd you need, Jason?
Nothing. I was just joining to listen in and got wrapped
Oh,
up with
okay. Well, you just popped up and I thought maybe you had something you would like to contribute.
nothing in particular if you guys don't have any questions.
Okay.
Did all the supervisors get their ICS classes done? Any questions on that?
ICS questions. Did everybody get through that? Gene said you found your certificate.
Yeah, I found my certificates from 2006. I got both of them.
Okay, I got through mine over the weekend.
Neil, did you take it that time? Do you remember?
I think I did, but I tried to get on that and it said that I needed a SID number, a student ID number, and I tried to get that and I was unable to do that.
Okay, if not, we encourage you to go ahead and get that done if you can get her done. I know everybody's busy. Hey, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment then.
So moved.
I'll second.
Second.
All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
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 Opposed? See you guys Wednesday at 1 o'clock.